Nah, we respect Palace.
No, you don't. Those of stuff like, this is nonsense. Got to be beating teams like Palace.
That is true, though.
Of course, but a bit of respect.
And we're going...
In these.
in these, yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Tea with Timbsy. I wasn't lying. It's coming at you every single Sunday with a special guest, without a special guest. Last week we had Vuj. This week we don't have a special guest, but we do have a special guest because it is my best friend, my roommate, my best mate, John Boy. How you doing, John Boy?
What a pleasure. Honestly. It feels very special. It's my debut on Tea with Timbsy.
It is. He's been on the football pod before, but cut that short just because who cares?
I feel like I've been on everything really, like in spirit. I've gone on this journey with you.
You have definitely gone on this journey with me. I wouldn't be here without you.
That's not true, but thanks very much.
In the same capacity.
What tea are you having today?
So today's tea, Earl Grey. Are you having an Earl Grey?
Mine's not an Earl Grey, mine's an English breakfast. In actual fact, who made the teas? It's Tea with Timbsy, but
You made them.
made the teas.
But that's housemate
Mine's
responsibility.
an English breakfast.
I've already had 3 coffees today.
I can't go with more than 2.
You have to have minimum 2.
No, just 2.
Just 2.
More than 2 and I get a little bit jittery.
But yes, anyway, Tea with Timbsy every single Sunday. So what I'm going to be doing is one with a special guest, then alternate with one without a special guest. But it'll just be me, my mates, maybe me solo, and a bit more current affairs, catching up on life. And then next week I have Sharky.
Great.
On Monday.
Really, really good. Looking forward to that. I love the episode with Vuj as well.
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
a massive Vuj fan.
Who isn't a massive Vuj fan?
Love the guy. Love his energy.
We also, I mean, John actually knows Vuj. We had a cinema club back in the day.
That led all the way into the pandemic.
Yeah, I was about to say, was that pre or post lockdown?
The cinema club was brought to a close by the beginning of the pandemic. So it was a really nice time in our lives. We were going
short.
at least once a week.
What did we see? Dunkirk?
1917.
No, 1917, sorry.
1917. The Gentleman.
Oh, we saw that with Vuj.
Yeah, we might have watched that twice as well.
And Gaz.
And we became like really, really filmy. We started to critique sort of like cinema experience. We went to the Barbican and we were like, well, no.
Yeah, no, it was not the right amphitheatre for it.
Ambience is off.
Yeah. But that was good fun. So obviously John does know Vuj. But saying that, I really enjoyed it as well. I love Vuj so much. Thank you everyone, by the way, for all the love so far, just because out of nowhere decided to start Tea with Timbsy back up again. First episode. And yeah, everyone seemed to really like it. It was very nostalgic. It was a bit, as he said as well during the episode, if you haven't seen it, check it out. He said it was like therapy, which I think catching up with mates is a little bit like that though.
Every day with you is like therapy.
Is that a good or bad thing?
For me anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Yeah,
good thing.
Yeah. Hope it's reciprocal.
But Vuj is a very special human being. Obviously, he was there at the start of my career. He was.
Yeah, no, I just like the word special put in there. Like that.
Is he not
special guy? Yeah, of course.
Vuj is one of the. The thing is, you've met him enough times now where you know his quirks and just he is a very special human because of how unique he is. The first time I met him, I couldn't believe how tall he was. Yeah,
he doesn't strike me as a tall person. And then when I saw him, I was like, what is going on?
I think he's
like 6'4" or something.
I think 4 or 5. Yeah, and poet. They're both exactly the same height.
People tell me that I'm taller in person than they think I'm going to be, but this guy is like ridiculously tall.
And it makes sense. He's a goalkeeper.
Makes you look really small.
Yeah, and I'm not small. I'm at least 5'10", 11, 6 foot.
Yeah, 6
at
foot.
least.
Just take 6.
The weird thing is that whenever I catch up with Vuj, we obviously it gets a bit nostalgic, and we talk about our shared history, obviously working together. And it's only when you kind of, because you know different parts of like your shared history, that he'll remember stuff that I have no clue about, and I'll remember stuff that he doesn't remember. And it just reminds you, like, we've done so much in football. Like him as a internet personality at first, like making troll videos and being kind of a bit of like literally a meme figure.
The coverage of football. I will underline the coverage of football. Like you made it sound like you're like some sort of like Premier League vet.
Oh yeah,
we've done so much in football.
We've done so much in the game.
So much to the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty much all of that was like covered on the episode, and it was just great. It was. I felt like it was very fitting to have him as my first episode back in this kind of new Tea with Timbsy sphere.
I would agree.
And hopefully, you know, the momentum just continues
I agree.
with Sharky. So I'm filming with Sharky next week. So that'll be out next Sunday, fingers crossed. If it's not, something's gone wrong. But hopefully not, touch wood. But these ones, they're just going to be, talking about life, current affairs, catching up with myself or my boys. This one with John Boy. So cheers, John.
What a treat.
These
Thanks
are his
for having me.
mugs, by the way. John's into ceramics.
Made the tea and the mugs.
But yeah, John is into his ceramics. I think these mics are going to pick up the like gulps and stuff
That's a nice touch.
because they are very
Nice touch.
sensitive.
You broaden out to ASMR. I kind of feel like me and Denz during lockdown were experimenting a little bit with ASMR. We got like into just
Actually
at least
recording.
looking at it. Yeah, with Wes as well.
Doing
We
what?
basically found out what it was during lockdown because I was listening to like a sleep meditation podcast. I admitted, it was like an admission. I was like, lads, I've been listening to storytelling on Headspace and I get to sleep best with the ASMR versions of the storytelling. You never know what catchment you might get. Timbsy might go like fully. It's already pretty global, but
Yeah.
it might go fully global based on the fact that you can make slurping noises with the tea that you drink anyway.
Yeah.
Just
This
an
week,
added quirk.
rooibos tea.
Yeah,
You know what I
is that how
mean?
you say it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's rooibos. No, what do you red
Dunno.
bush?
I've never said it out loud.
The ROO.
I worked in Waitrose when I was a kid, and you had to. I dealt with all the tea bags and stuff,
Yeah.
but I never knew how to pronounce that one.
2025 is we're well in the midst of 2025 now.
It's a go.
What's your 2025 been like? I asked that. I pretty much know because I live with John.
I feel really on top of it. I obviously work in fitness, so I don't want to be like the January fitness geezer, but
Yeah.
I feel bang on top of everything. I feel really, really good. I'm going to New York in 3 weeks' time, so I'm just kind of like
Yeah, that's nice.
getting myself best prepared to go there. Really, physically, mentally, everything.
Mentally for sure, because the weather has been on the whole pretty crap in London the past like 3 weeks of 2025. New York's a different beast.
I feel like I need to prepare for a while to go there. Every time I go there, almost hibernate in preparation, charge up all the batteries. I've never been there and either slept well or not left exhausted. I feel like it just takes everything from me. It's got high bandwidth, Timbsy.
It is a high bandwidth.
It's a high bandwidth city in general.
Yeah. We've decided that bandwidth is the word of 2025. Whatever way you want to use it.
Started last week on Tea with Timbsy with Vuj.
Yes. But New York is a different, I mean, if any of you have been there.
I feel like no 2 days are the same out there. And when you start a day, anything could happen. You can just end up anywhere. You can be doing anything. Opportunities that feel like they're everywhere. But
It's like London though.
yeah. But then when I've been to New York and worked there and stayed there and lived there for a little bit in the past, when I've come back here, this feels like a sanctuary.
Yeah.
It feels so nice. It's so chilled. I can't imagine sitting in any apartment with you in New York and having a tea and relaxing.
Yeah. That's true. There is like, you almost feel guilty for not doing much because everyone else is just running about.
Yeah.
How wild must a city be for you to return to London and feel like, oh, this is so calm? Because London is crazy.
That's my point. I
Yeah.
think it's bonkers out there.
Yeah, it
So
is
I'm ready
crazy.
to go. I'm there for a week in February.
Is that Fashion Week? When's
No,
Fashion Week?
No. New York Fashion Week, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's the tail end of this month or maybe the beginning of February. It's definitely like the last out of it because you've gone and done.
Hey, that's
great
segue, huh?
segue.
Thank you.
You've gone and done Fashion Week. Talk to me.
I have done. You say I've done Fashion Week, like I've just
That you've done football. What
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
given to fashion and football.
exactly. I've just feel like I've given so much of the game of fashion. No, I went to my first ever runway show this week, in and out of Paris in one day. Went to my good friend Guillermo's 424 runway show, which was amazing. I didn't know what to expect because
I knew
right.
what to expect for you.
Okay.
So
Well, I haven't really. Okay, what do you think I should have expected? What would you have expected if you were there?
Well, it's all just a bit quirky. There's a lot of people that are making a big attempt at being cool.
Okay, yeah, nail on the head.
I don't feel like you ever really go out of your way to be cool.
No,
So you probably
It just
didn't
sort of
fit in all
happens.
that well. Yeah.
no, I know. It was exactly
It's
that.
quite pretentious, but it's quite nice in that respect. If you can kind of like look at it from the back and be like, isn't this funny how we're all here to look at clothes on humans?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was exact. And I had a
Yeah.
moment, right? So I did have a moment when I got there where I stood at the back of the room. There was like, so you go in And obviously now a lot of like runway shows are kind of experiential. So it's like, it's how you experience the clothes and stuff, which cool. In my head, I'm going, right, so it's going to be like everything I've seen online. It's going to be a big old catwalk, people sitting either side, looking at it, just going. But it wasn't that at all. They were like segmented rooms. So I was in the Costa Rica room, and basically each room, there were 3 rooms that paid homage to Guillermo and his upbringing, his background, his love for football. So we were in the Costa Rica rooms, different music and a different vibe, and then all the people walked through. Just to name drop some of the names, by the way, that walked.
It's kind of bonkers, really.
It's crazy because Guillermo, if you don't know, Guillermo Andrade, absolute legend, has done stuff in the football space before. So he's done his brand 44, has done collabs with like Adidas and Arsenal. He's good friends with Hector Bellerin and a lot of the Arsenal boys. And I didn't realise, but he also knows Robert Pires. So Robert Pires, the legend, walked the runway in some great clobber as well.
And Mos Def.
So it opened up with Mos Def playing the, I think, tambourine.
No,
oh no, it wasn't. It was a little plucky one.
Yeah,
it was like
it's like a handheld metal-based xylophone.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
that you play with your fingers.
It opened up with music in the background, Mos Def coming out, and then Will Poulter, Arsenal fan, walks through, and a good-looking lad. He walks through wearing some nice clobber, and then out of nowhere, Mathieu Flamini. And the first thing that went into my head was, you're worth billions of pounds because of your renewable energy thing that he's got going on. But then I feel like it's probably quite a nice thing for him. He's like, I don't need to do this, but it's quite nice.
That's fashion, baby.
Yeah.
That's not it's a relatively new thing. I remember when some actors got involved in like a Prada show ages ago. We really are on a fashion segment here.
Yeah. Also involved in the show was Destiny Udogie.
Very strange.
Which was I thought a bit odd because me and Henry
that is Banter FC.
But I didn't.
They're in their Banter FC era now.
Yeah.
Spurs, whereby
I'm going.
They're
you're injured.
Their injured players are in Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice touch.
3 weeks of rehab. Get off to Paris, you scoundrel. Go on. So he walked through, and then Robert Pires came through. And as I was saying before, I was just stood at the back of the room, and I did have one of those moments where I'm like, isn't life funny? Because you just watch it all, and it's almost like I removed myself from the current setting, and I was watching everyone else watching people walk through in clothes. I was like, wow, cool, man.
You could have gone back a layer than that, because then at fashion shows, what you see is people watching the show, on the front row, videoing the show, trying not to view the show through their phone. So viewing the show,
taking it all
and
in,
videoing the show simultaneously.
Yeah.
Very strange.
You know what?
It's nice to look at it kind of like from just like an exhibition of pure creativity, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, like in the fashion arena. But like if you went backstage and looked at music artists before they prepared to go on stage, it's quite, it's almost similar, isn't it? It's like just seeing that stripped back, bare creativity in front of you. It's just like nice.
Yeah, you've dissected that well.
Thanks very much.
But it was it was a very interesting experience. Obviously, I was like invested anyway, just because it's Guillermo's first runway show, so I want to be out there for him. It was great. It was such a big moment for him. Oh yeah, J Balvin was there. Ryan Barber was there. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just, where else would you get kind of such a mishmash of people from everywhere?
Fashion, though, it's weird.
The funny thing was, though, some of the clothes that Guillermo's got going, it was rumored as like a Nike collab, because they brought out like jackets that were hand painted or hand designed, that had like the old Ronaldo Brazil 2002, on the back.
Classic.
Unbelievable. And there was an Inter Milan one, like so good. There was an Inter Milan, Brazil, Germany, which was really cool. So it had nods to the football world. Well, more than nods, proper headers towards the football world. And so it was really nice. It was really fun. Lovely. And then just went home. I was like, mission complete, mission complete.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Vooge, very Vooge, by the way. Side quests. It's all about side quests.
It is
in
about
life as
side
well.
quests.
Main mission, side quests.
Yeah, just to keep you ticking. And travel's nice for that. It's like, bang, I've little change of scenery during the week. Took myself to Paris for the day. You were quite tired when you got back, but that's
shattered. Yeah, I was so tired.
Big tired Timbsy
As good as the Eurostar is, by the way, like, I forgot how convenient, quick, and easy it is. It's unbelievable. You go to King's Cross and just hop on a train.
I don't think it's as reasonable as it used to be, though.
Oh, price-wise?
Yeah, I remember kind of like
they
used to be able
really-
to just jump on the Eurostar and be like, sweet, I'm in Paris in a couple of hours. This is easy.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Now I don't feel like you get good value, but equally I would never fly to Paris from London ever.
Yeah. It makes
Charles
no
de Gaulle.
sense. Yeah.
Rancid.
So yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. Working on this, going to fashion shows. Who am I? You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing?
2025 Tims.
Side quests, main mission. What are your side quests at the moment? Talking of side quests.
Side quests, I would say making sure that I'm making enough time for my hobbies is my side quest.
Okay.
Because work keeps me like so consumed, as I'm sure you know and experience, that really I want to just make sure that I'm making enough time so that I can still become a pro golfer and want to keep going my ceramics, keep making stuff. So just the mechanics of my golf swing, Timbsy, is what I'm kind of thinking and working on right now outside of the fitness space.
The thing is, that will take a lot of your bandwidth up because
It's a high bandwidth activity,
coming from
mentally, physically, a lot.
Like a lot of people, obviously in England, football is their sport. It's our sport and what we all love. Playing football is, on the whole, in terms of your individual performance, far easier than golf.
With golf, there's all the, it's a ball that you're trying to hit with a piece of metal, hundreds of yards to get in a hole that's no bigger than that mug. It's real strange and real difficult.
About the size of the.
Yeah, it's double difficult.
That is
really,
crazy
really hard.
About that. Yeah,
and I used to find it. I take a lot of solace while I'm playing golf because it's a nice separation. It's a real nice separation from everything else going on.
Nice afternoon out in the countryside with your boys.
But it's a different, it's a different kettle of fish altogether. I think it was easier when my hobbies were football and painting than it is now where my hobbies are golf, ceramics, and darts.
And darts, yeah.
And darts.
Darts is more of a it's a hobby when your other hobbies aren't happening.
Yeah.
I don't actively seek out let's play darts.
You
let's
do.
play darts.
You do. I'll be sat on the sofa and Timbsy will go, darts?
No. I haven't done that since Luke Littler won the World Championship.
So 2 weeks.
So it's theory 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, yeah. We're a darts household and we're golfers. Bad golfers.
You're far greater than I am. But I like playing with people that are better than me. That's nice.
That is nice.
I don't know how I would manage playing with anyone that was worse than me. It would infuriate me. I must infuriate everyone else. But then you lot infuriate me as well sometimes as well.
As much as, okay, you may be playing badly and then you're thinking, oh, these lot must be so annoyed. All I'm thinking about the whole time is, why did I do that last shot? And, I've got this coming up. Like, your 99.9% of your focus is on you and your game. For how annoying it is, it's also therapeutic.
I can't spend enough money on it either. I've got such a hunger to spend money on golf. I just love it.
The capacity for spending money on golf massively outweighs that of football.
I bought a fresh set of clubs because I was convinced that the clubs I was playing with were too difficult. And so I bought a fresh set of pings. Do you remember?
I do remember.
And then within about 9 months, became reconvinced that those weren't correct for me either. So I bought another fresh set. And I'm now on my 5th golf bag in the space of 3 years. Because
imagine doing that with football, by the way.
Yeah, crazy.
Like when you're
football boots is crazy.
They're so expensive.
Well, I think the way you need to think about what you're trying to say is we can go over the park right now with a football with our boots and just have a kickabout.
Yeah.
We could go, do you want to go and play football? And we could go over there for free.
Yes.
Whereas golf, we're not getting any change out of 100 quid between us.
Well, we could go down to Battersea Park and play golf on the common, but then
just a strange.
It's a bit odd.
There is a geezer that does that. And
there is. It was one of the weirdest things we saw. Where was it? Before Christmas.
I don't think you can use Battersea Park as a driving range.
You can't.
Too many people.
I don't think you can use any public park where people literally lay down and have picnics during the day,
walk their dogs,
and then bring a 56-degree wedge and like hit fairly full shots into people having their lunch.
No,
it's a bit odd.
No,
and look, I respect the hustle. You're working on your game. I respect it, but also there's a time and a place, brother, and that's not it.
No,
that is not it.
It's outrageous.
The day you see me doing that, you need to shake my head and make sure I'm not.
I don't think you're a million miles away from it. I'll be mid-conversation with Timbsy about anything in the house, and I'll get a slow suspicion that he might not be completely listening to me. and then I'll turn around and look at him, and he's got both his hands on his chest,
Yeah.
and he's in a golf swing position going,
Yeah, you need to get in the...
yeah.
Okay.
And he's doing a little hip flex, and I'm like, brilliant.
You know what's so funny as well? Like, there are so many memes and TikToks and whatever of, oh, and you know your boyfriend's obsessed with...
But those memes are all true.
Yeah.
Or just standing there doing the putt.
But the weird thing is now, is that I don't even think about... it's almost like an out-of-body experience where I don't even think about... I was like, oh, I'm doing that. I'll be on set. I'll be doing interviews or whatever, practicing my golf swing.
Same.
Why?
Same.
Why? Is that helping me?
It's a feeling.
Probably
Definitely.
not.
Definitely.
No,
Yeah,
I don't. Right,
yeah.
okay. Those moments where you practice your golf swing
Yeah.
in public, do they actually help you play golf better?
Definitely.
No.
Definitely.
No.
Yeah. Biomechanics, just
What do you
getting
think,
them.
right? You're out in the
trained,
pub with the
just
boys and you're going, and you're like trying to shallow your golf swing up, or you're trying to make it not so stiff. Any of that, that's not, it can't help.
It is.
But why is everyone still so shit?
No. It's helping.
It's
helping. Yeah. Anyway, what's in the pipeline for you? What's going on?
Pipeline for me is...
Traveling. At the moment, you're learning Japanese.
I am learning Japanese.
Timsy, as if he didn't speak enough languages as it was, came in here last night and he's got Duolingo on with Japanese.
No, but okay, so
It's
there
impressive,
is a reason.
but it's really confusing because obviously it's a different alphabet.
It's a totally 100%.
So you're going to be able to speak it to basic level conversational
yeah,
Japanese,
to
but
be
you
able
won't
to-
be able to read it.
No, or write it. There is a reason for this, by the way. Like, I think I am going to Japan with Red Bull this year. I don't know if that's been confirmed or whatever, but there's a chance that I'm going to the Japan Grand Prix, which would be amazing. I've never
You're
been
going
to
to go
Japan.
at one point anyway, aren't you?
Yeah. So hopefully it is for the F1 because I've heard it's amazing. Vuj says it's like the best country he's ever been to.
Glowing endorsement last week.
The greatest city of Tokyo has 40 million people, which is kind of bonkers. So he was very complimentary of Tokyo and Japan as a whole. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But I just thought as well, like, might as well try and learn. I would like to go into some like a shop or a restaurant and be able to say, hello, I'd like a table for two, please.
Do it.
So sumimasen is excuse me. So sumimasen, and then do you understand English is Iego ga what is it? Iego ga wakarimasu ka? Iego ga wakarimasu ka is do you understand English? Sorry, by the way, to any Japanese people if this is wrong because it might be totally wrong. And then if they do know, they would say hi, yes. Hi, wakarimasu is yes, I understand. And if you don't understand, you say wakarimasen.
It's very impressive as well.
Thanks, mate.
I think it's really impressive. I wasn't saying you, I was just saying in general.
Thanks,
when people
mate.
know foreign languages, I think it's great.
Yeah.
But doesn't use it enough though. Like we'll be in Spain and I'll be begging for him to just start splashing his Spanish around, and you're quite reserved about it.
No,
You're
but I
quite-
get embarrassed.
What are you embarrassed about?
No, because
I would be out here
yeah,
on the rooftop speaking to randomers.
that's embarrassing.
No, it's
No.
not.
I must clarify.
Chatting
No,
about
no,
golf in Spanish, unbelievable.
El golf.
Is that what, yeah?
Yeah. What I would say is that I'm not embarrassed speaking foreign languages. I just don't like speaking foreign languages in front of English people.
Why?
Because I always feel like it's showing off.
no.
And it's like, oh, look at me. I speak foreign. I love speaking French, Spanish, trying to speak as good Portuguese as possible to native speakers. Because then it's fun. You can actually just chat. So that's coming up. Travels. I'm interviewing Yaya Toure on Monday, I think,
Wicked.
which would be really cool.
What
for
a
the Premier
player.
League. Unbelievable.
I feel like from a Palace perspective,
He's a Palace. John's a Palace fan.
I can think back of like the teams that have come to Selhurst Park in the last 13 years or whatever it is, 12 years that we've been in the Premier League. And I can think of like hallmark performances from certain individuals across that time where they came to Selhurst Park and you just watch them play and you're like, you're so good. This will go down in my memory for ages. It was like Michu playing for Swansea, I remember, was incredible.
Michu, the streets will never forget.
Johan Kabay came and played for Newcastle and he was phenomenal. Ozil had a game for Arsenal at Selhurst Park where I was like, this guy is incredible.
Yeah.
But Yaya Toure for one game at Selhurst Park for Man City years ago, don't even know what year. I would hazard a guess at like 14, maybe, or 15 or something.
2014, 13.
I was sat there just like, what am I seeing?
Yeah.
Playing a different game to everyone else.
But literally that.
So big.
Yeah.
He would barge people off with his hips, but somehow like his hips were at everyone else's shoulder height.
You know, when it's like there are certain players that are so good where their absolute top level is unstoppable. I feel like Yaya is obviously one of those players.
He's a beast.
Where like, when he was on, you can't stop him.
And also,
You
I really
you
don't
can't
feel like you could even put him in a position.
Well, no,
Do you
because
know
he
what I
was
mean?
like, he was obviously
really
centre
a
mid,
he
but then he
wasn't really a
floated up
holding
and
mid.
just.
He could come in on the right wing and do stuff. You could have played him at 9 for a little period in his career,
Yeah.
and I feel like he would have been effective. But he was
Yeah.
just so marauding, like proper gallop through the middle.
And he even went for a period of just taking free kicks and been in loads of free kicks. I remember
Yeah.
the one against Fulham that crashed off the bar
Yeah,
from just outside the area,
and
which is
just
really
spank
hard.
it.
Yeah,
Just spank it.
I'll be interviewing him for the Premier League on Monday, which would be nice. I haven't ever met him or interviewed him. Luckily, we're going to be sat down, so I won't look too small.
Yeah,
Because if we were
you
doing
will.
it stood up,
Yeah, you're finished.
yeah.
I remember when you were linked with him and then you just didn't sign him.
Yeah, we were linked with a million, like
But-
Zlatan and Cristiano. And
Yeah.
Wenger had his eyes on
But
everyone,
I basically
mate.
thought it was done, like a done deal, and then never came to fruition.
Never question Arsene, though. How good, by the way, was that? Did you see those photos of Ian Wright, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, and Arsene Wenger all hugging?
I didn't. I believe it or not. Right?
Don't subscribe to
not-
Arsenal Twitter.
I'm not as across Arsenal news as
Okay.
you are. Arsenal news and just general coverage of Arsenal activity
We are
and
different.
their fan base
We're a beast.
is it's I can't even think of the word for it right now. I don't want to call it a plague, but for fans of
No, I know
for
what you
fans
mean.
of other football clubs, particularly in London, I
Yeah.
sit here and I'm like, we're done with Arsenal news. I don't want to talk about Arsenal.
But that's
anymore.
how I feel.
I don't want to talk about Arsenal. I don't want to talk about, not with you now.
No,
I talk
no,
about
no.
it enough with you as it is. But like for all the other fans, they are the most
no.
covered club in the media by miles.
In the media, as in by established media, but also by the fans. The fans take up such
the
a
fans
large
are so
portion
vocal.
of,
They're everywhere you go on Twitter. They're everywhere on every other social media platform. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they talk about Arsenal all the time, forever.
That is weird, isn't
And
it?
every group chat I'm in, Arsenal stuff gets brought around. You can't play a game against Arsenal as a Palace fan with everyone being just so like Arsenal centric and Arsenal this and Arsenal that. The level of disrespect Arsenal fans have for every other club that's smaller than Arsenal.
No,
is
we respect Palace.
No, you don't. You don't respect Palace.
Okay, I do.
You don't respect
I
Palace.
do.
No Arsenal fan respects Palace. If they draw at home to Palace, they'll say stuff like, "This is nonsense. You've got to be beating teams like Palace." It's like
That is true, though.
Of course, but a bit of respect. that's the most Roy Keane I've ever been.
yeah.
You've got a bit of respect
bit of
there,
respect.
Michael.
Yeah, no, I
Bit
know.
of respect, you know.
No,
We're
I
still
know,
a
I
football
know.
club with players
I-
that are paid to play
You're
at
right.
the top level. All we hear, everyone supports Arsenal. Everyone loves Arsenal. We get it.
Yeah,
Like, we get it,
yeah, okay.
you know?
All right. Ran over. In other news, TikTok got banned and then didn't get banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a part of me that was relieved.
I wouldn't be fussed at all if TikTok got banned forever.
I feel like last week when you were speaking to Vuj about creating stuff and putting more stuff out there, people like him might create more if there were less social media platforms.
That's
if
so
there were
true.
fewer, because
And
it
there were
always
fewer
feels like
people.
there's just this kind of, it's overbearing, the amount of different platforms, the amount of different follower bases you can build.
It's you know what it is as well. I think there's so many
Get
things
rid.
fighting for your attention
Yeah.
where it's then you are now actively trying not to get seduced by any of these platforms. Like you're putting so much energy into like not looking at any of this stuff.
I love nonsense as much as the next man. Like,
Nonsense
I
is
love nonsense.
like stupid
I'm
memes.
a massive fan
Top.
of nonsense.
Yeah.
But Twitter for me has always been the home of the nonsense that I enjoy.
Yeah.
That's Twitter, obviously, in the last 18 months for
That's
me
gone
has
downhill a little bit
really
as well.
gone downhill. But TikTok, I've never been tempted.
I wouldn't be fussed if that disappeared forever and ever.
No.
But that's the thing, even in my head, I'm going, I need to upload more on TikTok. Why?
However, we were discussing, weren't we, that imagine if your career was as a content creator and TikTok was your main source of income.
No, that's obviously bad.
And then someone has the power to just go, not anymore, leave it. Gets rid of your TikTok account and you can't fulfill your ambitions.
If someone's built up an audience and they do, they make great content or whatever, on TikTok, and then it's out of their control. It gets taken from them. That's obviously a shame, and that's it's different. But they're also, it's kind of weird how a lot of people are probably in that scenario where they're solely dependent on one platform.
Absolutely.
Kind of a bit
Like and
mad.
subscribe. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. YouTube, thank you. If you had to, right, go back and work in Waitrose,
Here we go.
would you
This
do
is
it?
what we came here for. Could go back to Waitrose. I don't know if I would.
No, okay. No, but
I think a lot can be said for a job that when you leave, you've left.
okay,
You're not going to go home from Waitrose and think about the stocks of jam that you haven't put out on the shelves. You just go home and you go, that's that done. I'm going to go home and chill, have tea with Timbsy.
Good benefits at Waitrose?
Great benefits at Waitrose.
Oh, really? Do you get discount?
You'd got discount. Yeah.
You need discount on Waitrose.
I started working there nearly 20 years ago, so I don't know. I don't know.
When he was 12.
Yeah. Well done, Michael. I stopped working in there to pursue the career in fashion.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And then you realised
16 years ago.
16 years ago. 16 years ago, I was a G4S security guard. So
I know
we've
you
all
were a
done.
G4S security guard.
Oh, not 16 years ago, 14
I
years
got
ago.
reminded of a photo that I had with Michael at Wimbledon
Yeah.
2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago when we went together. And then in amongst the album was just a picture of you in a G4S security outfit.
Yeah.
And then I went to the next year when we were at Wimbledon together, and the same photo was a year later in the calendar, and a year later in the album.
And I
just sat
reenacted
there,
it.
just the same one again. We go there not to watch the tennis. We go there in homage to your previous career as a G4S security guard.
It's a pilgrimage to the past.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a nod to
Who
you know
did
what?
you stop? You didn't stop. You would.
No.
Honestly,
The only things I can
you're
remember.
just a suit.
No,
You're just a suit.
Genuinely though, one, I am just a suit. So I didn't know what was going on. I feel like for a lot of people, you've left school or you've come back from uni or whatever, and the first thing you go is, I need some money for the summer. What should I do? G4S security guard at Wimbledon, by the way. You can work 2 weeks. You get like $1,000.
You're no deterrent as well, like, just so you're clear.
Zero. Bearing in mind, right?
You're
you're
barely a deterrent now.
I was a security guard, right? At the broadcast center, which is probably one of like the hot spots of if anything's going to go down. And,
Sue Barker's down there. You ain't protecting her.
Like Boris Becker's protecting himself. That's for sure. He's a big guy. It's a lot of responsibility being on the doors there. The only thing I would say is that I think they knew I probably wasn't the most natural security guard. So
You need to put the picture of you as a security guard up now on the screen.
Yeah.
So everyone can just see it and go.
Everyone can see, one, how intimidating I am.
Yeah.
Two, what they probably don't know is that I was put on a door where, so security guards, you have to like check the passes, 3 or 4 different colors of credentials that they can come in, anyone else can't come in. I'm going, sweet, I can do that. I'm clever. I know my colors. They needed to get through a door to get to me, and it was the same pass. So if they got through that door, they'd get through my door. So I checked it anyway because I'm obviously doing my job.
There's layers.
But there was no surprise there. It was not like, no, that's not the right way. How did you get through that door?
It's interesting how
that is a job I will never, ever, ever go back to.
Really?
I respect all the people who do it because it's a tough job. It is a tough job.
I'd have a go in another supermarket. I don't mind that. It's quite a nice job.
I feel like
I think
Asda
an M&S would be nice.
M&S would be quite nice, yeah.
Asda's are too big. You're doing a workout working in there. Asda's are huge.
Yeah.
Is it an American company? I think it is. I think
Owned
it's part
by
of
Walmart, right?
The Walmarts we went to in the States.
Yeah, massive.
We were getting footballs and just punting them across the store. Like foam balls.
Which is allowed. It's actually the done thing.
We were on skateboards and bikes. We're getting bikes. They've got everything in there.
They do.
In Walmart, they've got bikes,
but they literally have everything.
They have everything you could ever want to buy ever.
So we did our road trip, Seattle down to San Diego. Great little road trip, 2 weeks. We went to SDSU, San Diego State University.
You wore their hoodie last week.
I wore their hoodie last week. A few people commented saying, Timbsy, why
Go
are you wearing...
Aztecs.
A few were Go Aztecs, right? Because the football... I think all of their sports teams are the Aztecs.
I've got no idea how that works. Are they all the Aztecs?
I think they have to be. Because otherwise,
like Aztecs
it's
football,
too many...
Aztec soccer,
Yes.
Aztecs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a few comments were like, let's go Aztecs. We're like, woo! Because we went to the football game at their Snapdragon Stadium, which was class to be
Incredible,
fair.
yeah.
A few comments were also saying, Timbsy, what are you doing with our university's hoodie? It's nothing weird. We just went there. And obviously so fair, but also I went there, we got some merch. I got a bucket hat
Yeah, I got a bucket
We
hat.
got a
as
bucket
well.
hat. So we
Yeah.
got the one thing I would say
It's a
about
bucket hat.
American colleges do some great merch, man.
The merch store at San Diego State University, bonkers,
Unbelievable. And
crazy.
it was
But
full the whole time with people.
I do feel like there's a part of you that believes that you're going to wear the merch from the San Diego State University store more than you do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm there going,
This is so
I'll
cool,
do
man.
$50 on a Nike bucket hat.
Yeah.
And then I get home and I go, when am I wearing a San Diego State University bucket hat?
Yeah.
When we're like,
It got the most use when we were traveling through America.
yeah.
That was it. I think for the
When
next
am I
2
gonna wear
days,
it?
we wore it, and that was it.
I should have worn it for this.
Yeah.
For its only outing. It's sat in my room. Go and get it. Go and get it. I'll get mine. You've not done yours up. You're a low rider.
No, I'm a low rider.
Low rider.
Yeah.
I got a massive head. You've had 2 big-headed geezers on in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Vuj was saying last week just how big his head was,
Vuj has
but
got a
I
massive
feel
head.
like I've got a bigger head than Vuj.
Yeah, you might.
I think he might have a longer head than me, but I've got a deeper head than Vuj.
Yeah. But I feel
Like-
like he might have a harder head than you.
A harder head.
He's got a really hard head.
Really hard head.
Yeah.
Have you ever hit your head playing football
Yeah.
on someone else's head?
Yeah. It always hurts me more, I swear. Go out
Oh,
for
it's
it.
hurt me much more.
Yeah, he's like, ow, that's what. And I look around, and is he hurt? No. Oh.
I've been knocked out by a head collision
Centre
once.
back.
Weird.
Yeah.
Very strange sensation. I remember going up for a corner and I remember thinking that I was going to head the ball into the net.
Did you get kicked or you
And then someone else's head went into the back of my head.
and just knocked you out?
And I remember waking up on the floor, freezing cold, covered in coats in the penalty box. They stopped the game. It was against Welling.
Did they say how long you were out for?
No, I don't even know. But weird
Few minutes,
sensation.
though,
Weird
probably.
sensation.
Yeah.
All I could think of was, I've got such a big head. This other geezer must be in trouble. No, he's
Wow.
fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the difference in the back of your head versus the front of your head. I will always remember Michael Owen's soccer skill school.
Is this the second mention of Michael Owen's soccer school in one episode?
When
Earlier I went, well done, Michael. He's 12.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, he got a scientist in with like those that you get the craniums, the skulls that you get in science class.
Yeah.
And he just took the top off and he's like, look how thick the forehead is. That's where you got to head the ball. And there was like a 5-minute segment on that explaining why you should head with the front of your head.
For scientific reasons, you should head with the front of your head.
Yeah.
As opposed to what?
But then I remember Michael Owen.
It's also the only flat bit for you to actually
of course,
get
yeah, there's so
purchased.
many more
Yeah,
reasons.
the rest has got hair on. There's
But
so many
also-
other reasons to not head it with any. Here's your cheek. Just knock it with that.
But that was iconic. Michael Owen's soccer skill school back in the day was,
Bit
I
like
watched it
Rooney.
all the time.
What was the Rooney one?
Rooney Street.
Soccer Star or something.
Yeah.
So good. Where they used to kick it out of a building, you used to control it to get it in a skip.
And then lob it in a skip.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the perfect shape of forehead for effective header?
I think
Is it
flat.
completely flat?
I think, oh no,
think
probably
some
just perfectly
curvature.
spherical.
Some curvature would be
Yeah.
nice. You can get a glancer on. Did you have a name in school for people who had poor heading ability?
Well, 50p head, obviously.
50p head.
Was it 50p or 20p head?
50p head.
50p head.
Mm.
Oh yeah, because 50p is so
we had a
big and
boy.
thin.
The reason I ask is we had a boy that played for our team.
Were you 50p head?
No, we said he had a Toblerone head.
Oh,
And so we called him
that's
Toby.
arguably worse.
Toby Larone.
Toby Larone.
Great.
That's actually genius. That's
Toby.
really good. Before we move on, by the way, big shout out to SDSU and the Aztecs. Let's go Aztecs. Ohio State won the national championship. The Buckeyes.
Is that what they called the Buckeyes?
Yeah. I don't know if SDSU, the Aztecs, were in that league. I
No.
don't think they're are they D1? They might be D1.
We watched them. I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
watched
so.
them. It was good. It was great fun. That's the thing. I don't even think we know American football well enough to judge whether it's good or not.
I don't know if they're any good. I just got a feeling that.
Yeah. You've got a feeling like,
Yeah. But we were at the game going. We should have all come and done university in the States.
yeah.
Like
That is the
even-
one conclusion we came to. Yeah. Because it would be so fun.
Even if you weren't good enough to play soccer, you could have been like just a geezer out there. Tailgating is cool though.
Tailgating's cool, if not a little bit intimidating for three lads who don't know anyone.
Yeah, just wandering through a car park full of massive trucks, and the 3 palest geezers there by a long way.
Walking in a dusty car park that was full to the brim of anyone from the age of 6 to 85.
Yeah,
All
family
sinking
affair.
beers together
I got
and
a
eating
lot of time
food.
for it.
And we're going,
in these.
In these, yeah.
Yeah. Who are these guys?
Yeah.
They do not study here.
Probably should wrap it up soon, just because we've been filming for quite a while.
Sure.
Before I forget, talked about football. We've got to give a little shout out to Timothée Chalamet. I think he might be the boy, you know.
I think in internet speak, I think he's gone clear.
Oh yeah, that is internet speak. Yeah,
I think he's gone clear.
He's giving goat.
So I've not seen the Bob Dylan film yet.
Yeah,
We need to go and see
we
it.
actually do need to go and see it. Maybe we should. You know what we should do? Speak to
Restart the
Vuj.
cinema club with Vuj. Get him
Cinema
down
club.
to go and watch Bob Dylan film.
And he likes arty stuff as well.
Let's go and watch that. We need to go and see it.
Yeah,
He turned up to the premiere on a Lime bike.
I think it's only right. In ode of that, we need to go to the cinema on Lime bikes.
We would do that anyway.
We would
so.
probably do that, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is quite sick. Like, his London premiere, he just rocks up on a Lime bike. And then the best thing was the photo of him then getting off the Lime bike, getting his phone out and locking the Lime bike. Because he's like, this premiere is going to be like 2-3 hours. I'm not going to be paying for a 3-hour Lime bike. That's going to be like 50 quid.
I wonder if he could actually park it on the red carpet though.
Yeah, it's probably
You know,
one of those red
restricted-
parking zones that you
restricted
can't.
areas.
Actually, that's a good shout. Maybe he paused it, spoke to one of his assistants who's going, can you restart it and then bring it and actually put it in a blue parking dot zone?
Lime bike logistics.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I think
I think he would be one of my friends.
yeah. He also is a football fan.
Soccer.
So yeah, Saint-Etienne is his team. He's like Bafétimbi Gomez back in the day, like Bafétimbi Gomez.
Yeah,
Saint-Etienne,
he
maybe?
played for St. Etienne.
But yeah, so he actually used to,
Wow.
because he spent time there and watched Saint-Etienne, so that is
Wow.
his team. That is all for this week. I think we spoke about loads of stuff and nothing at the same time. This is going to be the new format of Tea with Timbsy. It's obviously a chat show with special guests, but also it is now just a weekly show chatting about life and catching up with people, special guest or not, internet personalities or not. We're just going to be having fun, chatting about life, and it's going to come out every single Sunday forever and ever. So next week, Sharky on Sunday. Going to still get Ellie Menjum on the show because I'm sure he'll have a lot to talk about as well with his Argentina doc, which again, if you haven't seen it, is amazing. I watched it with John. It was
Brilliant.
Great.
Brilliant.
It's unbelievable. So yeah, everyone, thank you so much. That was this week's Tea with Timsy with my good friend John Boy. Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
We just did what we would normally do at this time of the day on any given day,
But we filmed it.
but filmed it.
Yeah. Just teeing up next week with Sharks.
Love you, mate.
Love you, brother. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.